The light bulb moment for me was, I'm not the first guy to try to sell software before. I'm not the first.
Yeah, we were about to dive into the inflection point. So after this whole year, Evan, what happened? Like, why did things start taking off?
So after that kind of worst day of my life moment and showing up to my business partner's apartment the next day, I realized that the light bulb moment for me was, I'm not the first guy to try to sell software before. I'm not the first. People have done this. There has to be a recipe somewhere. There's a model I can follow, and there wasn't a book that's like how to sell software. But what I wanted to do was find people who had had success and model that, because my default was I'm going to come up with every great idea myself, and you don't have to do that. And so I looked at Microsoft, I looked at McAfee, I looked at Intuit, I looked at software companies that have built up. Not in the biotech space, because there weren't huge biotech software companies at that time, just software companies. And Bill Gates, I was curious, well, how did Bill Gates make his first million? 0 to 1, right? I don't care how he makes $1 million now.
Right.
But like 0 to 1, how did that happen? That's what I want to do. Give me the recipe. And the bigger the mentor you're looking up to, the bigger the company, the easier it is to find information. And so I looked back on Microsoft's strategy and how they got started, and it was always through partnerships. They wouldn't sell software like one at a time to people. They'd find people to connect with that could help sell thousands of copies of it. Microsoft's big deal came with IBM, where IBM was the computer maker at the time. Every IBM shipped had Microsoft software on it. That's the deal that made IBM. But Microsoft was already a $7 million company when they made that deal. Now, $7 million is not huge, but it's $7 million more than what I had.
Right.
And they got to that $7 million through partnerships too. So that's really interesting, partnerships. So I started to try to make partnerships for my business, and within a couple weeks, I had my first partnership deal, and I got them to agree to give us $13,500 up front. And like, that may not seem like a lot of money, but man, to me, $13,500 that's like, it's raining money, guys. That's like, somebody believes in us. This is huge. And more importantly, it gave me a model to then replicate. And so I started forming lots of partnerships with different companies and getting more money coming in.